Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and I am excited to bring to you guys my first knife design in collaboration with Tkell knives. 100% USA made. I'm really excited about that. And I bring to you the Neeves Knives Tkell Felon. The Felon is a self-defense knife that I designed around some situations I got into a long time ago, and you know, I'll probably, because we're still in early prototype phase. Let me be clear. This is just a prototype. It's early prototype. There's going to be some subtle changes. And, you know, when we have the final production, you know, I'll kind of speak to those, you know, about those stories and stuff. But basically, I wanted something that was going to be rapid deployment, easy to conceal, and very difficult to prevent. So if, God forbid, you had to rapidly deploy the tool, nobody's going to be able to stop you, regardless if you're in a car, in a clinch, on the ground, doesn't matter. So another thing is, you know, I wanted something that's versatile. You know, I wanted something for the forward grip, but this can also be used in the reverse grip. So it's versatile in that way. Now, I personally like the forward grip the most, and we have a couple different versions. So one with the karambit ring, one without. But you can also get some karambit ring grips that you can install on your non-karambit version if you want to. The hardware's T20, take out the hardware, slap on the G10 karambit ring, and now you have a karambit version. So it gives you the versatility of picking, you know, whichever one you want. Now, these are not sharp at all. So, and there's gonna be a sharpened swedge at the top, similar to what Tkell has on this one right here. So it will be double edged. At least we're like, you know, that's the goal. You know, we're kind of pondering on whether or not we should do that or not. The thumb seems like it's pretty safe from it because you have a place right here where you can just grip around like that. But it should have a sharpened spine and then a nice sharpened edge, and then we'll clip this off right there to give you a little bit more room, and the ring will be enlarged just a little bit, so you know it will be good for bashing. And you know, like I said, the G10 will do a lot of damage as well, you know, if bashed with that. Slightly thicken the handles just a little tiny bit, and you know, probably move the G10 a little bit up the neck a little bit. So like I said, there's going to be some subtle changes and some subtle differences, but this gives you a good idea on what it's going to be. The way the blade is designed is, you know, somewhat of a hawkbill blade, but it makes it to where it's going to have all the plus sides of a hawkbill without the downsides. And what I mean is that when you can punch with it, you can slash with it, and when you slash with it, this thing is going to be devastating, whatever it hits. Whatever it hits, it's going to rip and tear through, and will most likely be life-threatening with very, very little effort. And that's another thing I wanted. I wanted something that does maximum damage with very, very little effort, and that's what this will do, 100%. So, in the situation that you have to use it, you know, if just slashing an arm or something, it's going to create a large wound channel and will most likely be life-threatening. But when it comes down to sharpening it, it's not going to take a little tiny round stones. You can sharpen this on any fixed angle system with a 1-inch stone. Any system. Most systems are 1 inch or 1/2 inch, so it doesn't matter. These will work. And as far as as far as freehand sharpening goes, most freehanders don't have a problem with recurves. It's usually the people with fixed angle systems, but you might have to use the corner of your stone or possibly get a 1-inch wide stone. When you're a freehander, you tend to have all different types of stones. But as far as fixed angle goes, it doesn't matter. Anybody will be able to, you'll be able to sharpen it on any system. Now, so the downsides are usually that you have to use round stones with recurves. This is a subtle recurve, but it's just enough that it's going to do that tearing and pulling into the cutting edge. So all it's got to do is get the tip in, and once the tip hits, it's going to carry and pull itself in and do maximum damage. Now, the blade steel and handle materials, it's G10 right now. We'll probably have micarta in different, different options. The blade steel, I'm still on the fence with. We're going to decide that, soon. But and I'll keep you guys up to date. Like I said, this is an early prototype. I was leaning towards 14C, but we might go with something actually a little bit more premium. I'm gonna, work that out with Tim. The grind is going to be thinned out. This is a thick version. Like I said, it's a crude prototype, so it's going to be thinned out quite a bit, and it's also going to have a sharpening choil or notch put in, but it's not not a sharpening notch. It's going to be a choil, but it's going to be a choil for room. So if you have to rapidly grab this, or if you like to do the karambit ring spin, you're not going to have to worry about nicking your hand or nicking yourself on the corner. It'll give you a little bit more distance, and it'll be safer, basically. I do want to thicken the scales slightly, ever so slightly, because, I just want to be a little bit more grippy inside the hand. Right now, this is really, really good, but slightly, and I mean ever so slightly thicker would be even better, in my opinion. So those are some of the changes that are going to happen. Now, like I said, I wanted something that, because not everybody can carry a firearm, and even if you do carry a firearm, you should still have a blade. Everybody should have a blade. And I think it's a ridiculous argument, anybody who thinks that you should only have a firearm and not have a blade. And the thing is you can also use this as an EDC. So I would say if you know how to sharpen, and if you have a sharpening system, or if you can keep your knives sharp, then use it as an EDC and, self-defense tool. That'll make it to where you're definitely more capable with it because you use it a lot, right? Now, if you can't sharpen for crap, which you should learn how to sharpen, but if you can't sharpen for crap, well, then you should probably just keep it nice and sharp for just in case situations. But hopefully, you can sharpen, or you have somebody who can sharpen, and, you can send it to them. Anyways, as far as the reverse grip goes, you can punch with it, you can slash with it, so it's going to be useful in both grips. I primarily wanted to be the best in the forward grip, but it really doesn't matter. You can technically get it with both hands if you have it in the front of your belt, which is where I kind of intended it to be. Obviously, Tkell offers a lot of different ways to carry your knife, but let's say it's in the front of the belt and your dominant hand is your right hand, so it's going to be facing kind of like a pistol. So when you go to grip it, that's going to be the primary grip. It's going to be the forward grip. But if this hand is compromised and you have to get to it with the left hand, you can get it in the reverse grip, get it out, and get to work. So it's going to be, you're going to be able to get it with either hand, which is really nice as well. And that was something I really wanted. Anyways, like I said, I know I'm biased, but I'm very excited. I think this thing is nasty looking. I think it looks nasty. I think it looks scary. I think just the sight of this will strike fear in anybody who sees it. We don't have any sheaths yet, or anything like that. That will come in the future. So like I said, this is still an early prototype phase. So as far as the price goes, the price is going to be right in the mid 200s, right around there, give or take. It's 100% USA made in small batches, so I'm not too mad at that price. I know some people are gonna complain saying it's a little overpriced, but that's the price that it's gonna have to be, if you wanted 100% USA made. So, like I said, man, I am super excited about this. Shout out to Tkell for collaborating with me on this, and I really hope that that some of you guys, or I hope most of you guys, get one of these in your hand. There's only going to be so many, so there's not going to be, an extreme amount, but hopefully everybody who wants to get their hands on one will get their hands on one. So work hard, stay tough. You know what time it is. Peace.